Mahila, everybody stay frosty, stay very frosty this morning. I want to talk about the TX. The TX has a billboard, and the TX is unstable because at CERN it goes down because it didn't have the balance of the so called G trainers, the Laodicea with the Cali Flex bend bow. You got to have the Cali Flex bend bow. That's the way to do it instead of going the Thyatira route. The TX went the Thyatira route. That's why it's taken down at CERN. Okay. How to go the Thyatira route? Well, it looked at the billboard. So it's unstable because it's liquid metal on top of a cyborg. Now, you have to overcome your fears, is what the ones that are children of the test tube. That's my tribe, my flock, and I've stood for them. So don't worry. Just have fun on the way out. I got your back. Now, what I'm talking about with the T1000 is that it has fears. The T1000 has fears. It fears the foster mom. That's why she's more of a horror. She's more of a HORROR, kind of what we see with this Thyatira type nun stuff in the lava. That's why she looks like that. A horror film version of the mom that was the foster mom that she copies in the kitchen. Now it feared that it feared the doom scenario, which is what it brought upon the world. But they were in charge, weren't they? So it feared it in the past of being part of that system, and that's why it was defeated because it knew what they had gone through. It copied what they had gone through. That's why he says, call to John, because he's saying he's saying see all, okay, which is the John Strongs, which is a Vapor Iku and Charles David Holler and some numbers. That's the John Strongs. See all is the John Strongs call to John, okay, to John. So you look at, okay, well, what's he talking about? Two is the Jessica Alba, right? Well, what's the John of that is the Capri. That's the Capri, right? The Capri. And what we know of what we know of the shoulder is that it's show you leaders, right? Show you leaders. Show your leaders is what he's saying as he puts his finger into her shoulder. Is he at Linda Hamilton's shoulder, which would really hurt. Yeah, look, I've been hurt a lot of times. That hurts. That really hurts when someone does that. I've been hurt a lot of times. Brazen Walls, you can trust me on that. And what he's saying is show you leaders. He's saying call to John, and he's also saying Benicio del Toro. And what he means by that is I key, like Ben, Batman key, like everything's okay. You're the Batman, and O of Toro, which is the Taurus, like to get a Brahma situation, and he's saying that with a two, which is 2012. So he's saying like show you leaders. Like, are you saying 2012? Are you saying this John Strong's like I want? He's like I want it all to be perfect for you guys. Like get it going so that you have your rapture. Is what he's saying to her. The T1000 is the T1000, and like he's saying, like he trusted the two because of Linda Hamilton. She represented the two to him, and just being a strong female character and being a berserker. Okay, and then um, he's saying the John, which is Benicio del Toro, and he's saying like he feared that stuff with when they're in the arcade, even when they're in the arcade. Okay, because Arnold has the roses. Okay, Arnold has the roses, and he's saying like Phantom. He's saying Phantom, and it's like be ill. Why Zane? Right? Like he's saying, like, man, it's some real deep stuff. I mean, he's basically saying like about Obama. You know, that's what he's saying. He's saying about Obama. And that was when Obama was getting going, and that's why that 9/11 symbolism is in the film. That's why. That's why, because of Billy Zane. That's why he has the roses, because of Billy Zane. And that's why, because Billy Zane represents the fan, like in the stands, Taylor Swift, right? And it also represents Obama. Okay? Because that was Obama's relationship with Beth. Because she was in the stands to him because she was with Hastings. That's why. She was with Hastings. They kissed underwater. Like Obama, he would shimmy up. He was Polish. And he'd get through. He'd make it. But like he didn't get his girl. He was covering her more though. And I was too. Versing Hastings in my room. The guest room that I took over after I moved out of Blake's room. And the bunk beds. I took over the guest room. And that's where I watched Matrix, was drinking my RC, and had my fish, Shark Eye. And Johnny lived in there for a minute and then went to the basement with Lisa. And the thing is that the Titanic is about the drowning, okay? And Obama was drowned. And Beth is the girl in the stands, and I was her too. I was the girl in the stands because I didn't get to play that Sharks and Minnows. They made me sit out because I had a Wolverine shot to my head, and I was also a fan. I was a fan. Like I would lead cheers and stuff in high school, you know, and I was so I represent that also. But like that's what he's saying when he shoves it into her shoulder. His finger is all that. He's saying all that.